everyone, Tim Brown. Welcome back to my Apple Podcast. This time around, I want to focus on a new feature that was introduced for iOS 10, as well as for Mac OS Sierra, and it's called Memories, which is a feature inside the Photos app. Memories basically allows you to create fantastic video slideshows using photos from your camera roll. Memories, though, is based on an algorithm that is built into Apple's ecosystem that enables you to, that basically organizes your photos for you using location and names and any other kind of metadata that Apple manages to collect based on the photos that you're taking. And some of them are really quite striking. For example, if you're looking at my iPad here, I'm in Memories at the moment, and you can see the first one is work. So Apple's already used the metadata that I have associated not just with photos, but even like say with maps to determine that the area code in which these photos were taken was my place of work, and managed to organize photos in accordance with that particular location. So actually this is a great starting point for me to create a video slideshow documenting that particular event. So you proceed when you want to make a video slideshow, you'll see that there's a play button at the bottom right of the top horizontal image. You tap on that and it'll take you into a editing mode, basically where you can go in and start editing your video. I'm going to stop there for a moment. As you can see here, you have the front page, you have the title, they have all these different themes that you can select from, and as you can see, as I scroll across those themes, you can see even the typography changes. But in addition to the typography, the music will also change as well, and you can create movies that are short or medium depending on the particular memory or album that you're working with. What's even better is that you can also go in and edit the video as well by selecting the adjustment icon. And when you go into the adjustment icon, you see you can actually go in and change it. So if I don't want to call it work, I can just go in here and just change it to something else. Likewise, I don't have to go with the default soundtrack. I can go and actually change the soundtrack that I want to use to something different. And likewise, I can actually go in and change the duration as well. And I can then go in and go through all the items that have been selected for this particular video slideshow, again, all created by Apple's algorithm, and decide to either add or subtract the things that I want to use. So for example, if I don't like this particular photo, I can just hit the trash can and delete it, and then I can hit the plus symbol and then go back into my library and select ones that Apple did not select. It's really that simple. And when you're ready, you just click done, and you can play it back, or you can hit the share button, and then you can share that finished product to your library, and you can share with your friends and family and so forth. So really nice feature, probably one of the best features I've seen in terms of creating videos on your iOS devices. I mean, it really does up the ante for Apple in terms of any kind of competition that Apple's going to get from third-party developers who have been generating these kinds of services up until this point. Now, what's also really nice is that you can actually create your own memories. You don't have to rely on Apple's algorithm and then going in and having to change and modify these existing structures that Apple's setting up for you. You can just simply create a memories from an album that you've already set up. So for example, I'm going to go back to my albums, not memories, but albums, and go to ones that I actually set up, one that makes more logical sense to me, although I do like some of the memories that Apple's algorithm actually comes up with. But let me just go ahead and just choose one that I like, say a trip to Rome. And these are photos that I set up myself. I created this album myself, and this would most likely be the kind of video that I would want to create. So what I'm going to do is, with this album selected, you'll see at the top is a date when these photos were selected. You'll see there's a little arrow at the top right of that date. If I select that, you see it opens it up to another interface that looks very much like a memory. So essentially what it is doing here is actually proposing that you turn your album into a memory, because everything is laid out just the way it would be as if it was in a memory, but the process has not been completed just yet. What I can do from this point is, again, hit the play button in the bottom right of the first horizontal slide. As you can see, it opens up that same editing menu, just like before. It's generating all the thumbnails, so you can begin going into editing your project just like as if you were creating a video from the Memories interface, because essentially that's what it is. But it's not quite officially a memory as of yet, even though you can still go in and change themes. You can determine whether you want it to be short, medium, or long. And you can even go in and make adjustments. But before you do that, you get a pop-up notice, and it says add to memories. And when you click OK, you can then proceed to edit your projects as a video slideshow. But now this album will also become a memory. So if I click done and I go back to memories, you can see that now a trip to Rome has now become a memory, along with work, fall jazz, and all the other ones that I had there from before. So the customization is what's really great about the memories feature. Again, it works across devices as well as your Mac, although the editing feature for creating videos is still the same as it's always been for the Mac. That has not changed. The slideshow feature, which has been there since iLife was created, is still there. The only thing that's unique about iOS is the unique editing features that I just went over just briefly is something that is unique to the iPhone and the iPad. And so this is a nice little boost for iOS. But Memories is consistent across computers and devices. It's a great addition to iOS 10 as well as macOS Sierra, and a great addition to the Photos app. And it's called Memories. Check it out. My name is Tim Brown. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of my podcast. Check me out next time.